There is a question that people ask themselves, quietly, privately, often in the middle of the night, when a situation in their life has been causing them pain for far longer than they can rationally explain. Why am I still here? Not in a dramatic sense, sometimes not even about a relationship. Sometimes about a job, a friendship, a pattern of behavior they keep returning to, a version of their life that stopped fitting a long time ago. They can see it clearly. They have seen it clearly for months, sometimes years, and yet they stay. And the most confusing part, the part that quietly erodes their self-trust, is that they are not unintelligent. They are not unaware. In many cases, they are some of the most reflective, perceptive, psychologically informed people you would ever meet, and they are still there. This video is not about why weak people stay. It is about why staying, in the face of clear evidence that something is wrong, is one of the most predictable and understandable things a human mind can do. It is about a mechanism so fundamental to how the brain operates that no level of intelligence protects you from it. It is called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the psychological discomfort experienced when a person holds two contradictory beliefs, or when their behavior contradicts what they know to be true. The brain finds this state deeply uncomfortable, not mildly inconvenient, genuinely distressing at a neurological level. Because the brain is, above all, a consistency-seeking organ. It needs the world to make sense. It needs your actions to align with your beliefs. It needs the story to hold together. And when it doesn't, when reality is presenting information that contradicts the story, the brain will work extraordinarily hard to resolve the discomfort. Not always by changing the behavior, often by changing the interpretation. Here is how it operates in a relationship that is causing harm. You have invested, emotionally, practically, temporally, in this person, this situation, this version of your life. Investment creates what psychologists call the sunk cost effect. The time you have already given, the love you have already extended, the version of the future you built in your mind around this person or this situation. Leaving means accepting that the investment is lost. And the brain, in its drive to maintain consistency, finds that almost unbearable. So it begins to work against you. It amplifies the positives of staying. It minimizes the evidence that something is wrong. It generates explanations, reasonable, articulate, internally consistent, for why this time will be different, why the pattern that has repeated 12 times will not repeat a 13th. It is not lying to you. It is protecting itself from the pain of accepting that what you invested in is not what you believed it to be. And here is where it becomes more complex, because the brain doesn't just protect the investment, it protects the identity. Staying in a situation, however painful, can feel less threatening to the sense of self than leaving, because leaving requires admitting something, that you missed the signs, that you chose wrong, that you stayed longer than you should have. And for someone whose sense of worth is already fragile, whose inner critic is already loud, that admission can feel more dangerous than the situation they are remaining in. So the brain makes a trade, external pain in exchange for internal consistency. And it makes that trade again and again, invisibly, without your conscious participation. This is why intelligent people stay, not because they are blind, not because they are weak, not because they somehow don't know what is happening, but because the mechanism operating beneath their awareness is working with a completely different priority than clarity. It is working to protect the story, and the story is very convincing. There is a related phenomenon that makes this even harder to break: intermittent reinforcement. When a situation occasionally provides something good,
a moment of warmth in a cold relationship, a period of calm in an otherwise chaotic dynamic, a glimpse of the version of things that you originally believed in. The brain responds to that intermittent goodness more powerfully than it would respond to consistent goodness. This is not a flaw. It is how the brain's reward system was designed. Variable reward is neurologically more compelling than predictable reward. It is the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive, and it is running silently, powerfully, in every relationship or situation that occasionally gives you what you need just often enough to make leaving feel like abandoning something real. So, what does this understanding actually give you? Not absolution from the responsibility of choosing differently, but something more immediately useful. It gives you compassion for the fact that your brain was not failing you, it was following its own logic. For the fact that staying was not stupidity, it was the predictable result of mechanisms you didn't know were operating. And then, after the compassion, clarity. Because once you can see the mechanism, you can begin to separate it from the truth. You can ask, not what story is my brain telling to make staying feel reasonable, but what does the evidence, seen clearly and without the story, actually show me? And that question, asked honestly, even when the answer is painful, is where the choice begins to become real. Because here is the truth. Every day spent in a situation that is diminishing you is a day not spent building the life that is actually yours. The brain's investment protection is not worth more than your remaining time. The consistency it is preserving is not more valuable than your peace. And the story it is maintaining, however elegant, however internally coherent, is not more important than what is actually happening to you. You are allowed to lose the investment and still leave. You are allowed to have chosen wrong and still choose differently now. You are allowed to have stayed too long and still decide that today is the day it changes. The only moment that matters is the next one, and the next one is always available. Subscribe and press the bell icon, because in the next video we go into something that connects everything in this series at the deepest level, the inner child, not as a soft concept or a therapy cliché, but as the actual neurological reality of how childhood experience lives on inside the adult body, the unmet needs that drive your decisions today, the version of you that is still waiting for something that should have come a long time ago, and what it means to finally give it, not from someone else, but from the person who has always been most able to, you.